Kyle's my bouncer. If any of the females in the back start acting out, just kick them out of here, all right? Welcome to another week of the Throwdown for all of you. Today's workout, you're gonna get calf dough, a lot of double unders, 4 rounds for time, 15 handstand push-ups, 15 deadlifts, 150 double unders, 12-minute time cap.
My hamstring!
Training Think Tank Throwdown 17!
Hi all my friends, welcome to Throwdown number 17. My name's Brandon Dorman.
And I'm Max el-hag.
Howdy, boys!
Hello.
This episode is brought to you by The Design, our online training program. We are currently in an open prep training phase. You can check that out at trainingthinktank.com.
If you're new to this series, this is where we announce a workout and invite all of you to do it with our Training Think Tank community.
We do the workout a week ahead of time so we can give you some tips and strategy and a demo. This week's demo is our coach, Mike Mcgills. Let's check that out. And we have begun. Let's see.
So new handstand push-up standard for this one, feet must touch the top. Kyle next to him did not touch his feet in the first 3 reps. Mike,
I was yelling at him from over here.
Yeah. Mike actually did a pretty good job. He practiced this beforehand, which I think is something good to think about for athletes that, new standards come out in the open. Practice before you do it and don't just start the workout with it.
Do you think that led to him doing really successful in this workout?
Mike being successful in
this
workout.
workout?
I don't think he was successful in the workout. This is going to be a roast Mike show today.
We're actually not going to even try to give any feedback. We're just going to make fun of Mike for the next 12 minutes. Overall, beginning of this workout, I don't think anyone had like a huge sense of urgency. I think everyone knows 150 double unders for repeated sets is going to be the bulk of the workout, so it's about managing the effort there. Mike's pretty good at hinging, handstand push-ups, and double unders. I'd say his limitation is generally just like central breathing, heart rate, overall.
And that's what happens
endurance.
in this workout, right? Like, I mean, you can see his double unders here. They look pretty good. He's really good at double unders. And you can even see the difference with him and Joey in the background. Joey's got a better, fitness capacity right now, but Mike's double unders are a little bit better. So this first round, they're kind of neck and neck, and you'll see Joey pull ahead. But the difference here for Mike is going to be over the course of the workout, his overall fitness level is just a little bit lower.
Yeah, and you just see you'll see it in resting posture, a couple misses, just all the things that happen when people get really fatigued. But it's not necessarily hey, his skill breaks down. It's just the engine to support the skill isn't where it needs to be. And you'll have a little frame of reference with Kyle in the background, who has a little bit stronger of an engine in this kind of Metcon style format in terms of unbroken sets, quicker transitions, like these breaks when he takes them, you can see Mike's just kind of chilling, shaking his arms out. He's even though the break is only, it's still less than 10 seconds, just the whole sense of urgency to start that next set is just not really that high. And I don't really think it should be unless you're somebody who's a real fire breather in this type of format.
If you're Kyle and finishing it in 10 minutes, which is going to be tough for most people to do, especially if they hold that handstand push-ups.
And probably still faster. I mean, his last set of double unders, he had, I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but he had a lot of misses.
Yeah.
But, even here, Kyle got off, got right up to the wall, started the handstand push-ups. Mike had a little bit more of a transition. Didn't seem like when I did it, I didn't find the handstand push-up standard too difficult. I did keep my feet together through my kip and then came off the wall a couple of times just because I think normally I'm stabilizing with my feet spread out against the wall. So it's definitely some little things that you have to play with, but it didn't seem to be too much of an issue. Some people said that it was hard or a pain to do, but it didn't seem too bad.
So Mike broke up his first set of deadlifts. He's going to break up these as well. I think that's a smart strategy for most people. There's really no point in going unbroken unless you're really racing at a high level, just because the biggest chunk of work is the double unders, and you got to be able to move quickly on those.
Yeah. Do you think, at what point do you think you have to be as an athlete to even think about doing unbroken deadlifts and it making sense?
Yeah, I think you have to be close to a games level in a workout like this to where basically you're doing the double unders unbroken. So if Travis did this workout, his double unders are so good, he would do them unbroken.
Or maybe unbroken 1 set or 2 sets and then then 75-75 or something like that.
But the breaks would be very, very short. But you think about the other workouts, like 18-3, he was doing unbroken sets of 100. Or the workout from 2015 that had 100 double unders and 50 wall balls in it. Yeah. He did unbroken sets there. So and the best in the world are doing that. So For Mike, though, he knew, like, hey, this is going to be a fitness limited workout. So even though my double unders are good, I need to break these up to make sure that I can move quickly through everything. And that kind of brings up a point. There are two different types of limitations in this. Well, obviously more than that, but just like in the broad scheme of like, is it a fitness related thing or is it a skill related thing with double unders or maybe handstand push-ups? You just don't have the ability to do them yet. And those are two different kind of training goals as well. Like if your double unders are just bad, you need to work on those. It may not be a fitness related thing.
Yeah, and you might have to work on the skill in a non-fatigue state and then build the fitness with the skill afterwards. So there's a lot of different, Mike's definitely, we should make fun of him now. He's getting sloppy
Let's
and missing.
do the roast
and,
Mike time.
And we just said that Mike is good at double unders and he's missing a lot. So Mike, you're making us look bad, man.
Already red line, 4 minutes in.
Yeah. I do wonder, I mean, he wasn't definitely in optimal shape, mind state, whatever, when he did this workout, but I wonder had he redid it, like if this were an open and he had to redo it, if he would have just planned for smaller sets, especially in that first one, because he's 5 minutes in right now. You can see that hands on his knees posture I've seen with Mike, and I've been in a lot myself. You know that, all right, that things are getting real. If you know you got 7 minutes left and you're already like hands on knees, kind of messed up and needing to take some stress off your postural muscles just to breathe normally. Yeah. And Kyle, who is in the background, has already finished the double unders, finished the handstand push-ups, and got back to the deadlift bar. You can't see him in the frame anymore, but he had already finished. And then Joey in the background over there is already doing handstand push-ups. So you can see Mike's falling off the pace in a workout that has movements that are all pretty good for him. So just general fitness, you could probably say those misses add up to some time. Like he had, I think, 2 misses and then maybe 1 or 2 planned breaks in there. Whereas maybe if he just did 30s, like a set of 30, quick break, set of 30, quick break, he would have actually got through that 150 with less frustration, less overall fatigue, and just felt a little bit better to do the handstand push-ups.
Yeah. His handstand push-ups still look pretty fast. Again, he's really good at vertical pressing. His handstand and strict handstand push-ups have been very good too. I think it's smart to break these up, not try to grind through. One of the rules of thumb that I have for my athletes is if they feel good with them, then you can start the first couple sets unbroken. But then as soon as you feel like your actual movement speed slows, then just kick off the wall, take a short break, and get back to it and try to finish up the set.
Yeah, I noticed it a lot doing this workout. So I was next to 2 people, and I did my set unbroken. I got 1 no rep. And the 2 guys next to me both broke their sets of handstand push-ups and both got off the wall quicker than me.
Yeah.
So descent speed, your ascent speed, how much you're pausing at the top, all that plays way bigger of a role than people really give it a credit for. And I don't really have the ability to go down quickly. I actually jolted my neck on 1 rep when I was going down a little bit too quick. So I think your descent speed is going to be a lot dictated by like your body weight, how much control you have to go down quick for the first half of range of motion and then slow yourself down before you hit your head. So it's something that's definitely a skill that needs to be cultivated and practiced. So you see Mike here with his
drop to 5s.
Yeah.
Which again,
and I don't think this is, bad. His breaks are still pretty quick. Let's count this. Oh, he's transitioning now to dubs. And Kyle's finishes double unders. So 150 unbroken, we said, is 75 seconds. So right now we're a little bit over halfway into the workout, and Kyle's already taken, a whole minute and 15 minute, 20 seconds over Mike at this point in the workout. So I think that just illustrates, after watching Mike go already, he broke up the deadlifts into 2 sets in the first and then 3 sets in the second, and then did his handstand push-ups unbroken in both sets. So, it just kind of gives you a frame of reference that the crux of this workout is going to be how you get through the double unders and how you manage that.
Yeah. And Mike rarely trips, and that was definitely not a planned break there. So you can see, obviously, he's kind of starting to burn up a little bit, but I think the key, if this is you, because this would definitely be me, you trip just kind of randomly, calm yourself down, and then go ahead and change your, if I said you're going to do 30, 30, 30, 30, and you trip at 25, just come up with a better rep scheme. Like figure out ways that you can do it fast, keep linear rest breaks if possible, and then try to chip away at those, the 150 double unders that you have.
Yeah, so let's count this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-second rest break. So it's a pretty long break. I know my breaks were longer than that because I was still almost a whole round behind him. I think I was probably doing like 30 or 45-second breaks at some point. But now you got a break and a miss, which ties into a break. So he only got like 5 double unders there. This is we're 2 weeks in a row where we have illustrations of like a pretty good athlete getting a non-optimal execution on camera. Luckily, you guys have Kyle in the back. You can see a little bit tighter of an execution, a little bit faster of a time frame. But also, Kyle's probably more unrealistic to most people that are trying to get good at this.
I mean, he's a very high-level athlete, and he's almost done with the entire workout. This is his last set of double.
Yeah, and you can
really
see
impressive.
he starts missing a lot as we come up here. I say a lot. It's probably like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
But
Definitely some misses, though.
Yeah, he's already, that's 3. And he was on his last 50, I think, for this whole thing. And then each one of those is like single into the double unders and miss. But these double unders got really, really, really difficult. And it's probably taken Mike over 2 minutes to do this set of 150, which is not normally the case. But I think this is the type of stuff that does happen in these type of open workouts with, this is one of the reasons why we created this workout in open prep leading in. New standard with handstand push-ups, which is something that you have to get accustomed to dealing with new standards. And people, even in the gym, the second I walked in, I got in late, everyone was complaining about the standard. Like, oh, this standard is stupid, it's unrealistic, it wouldn't be in the open, but that's a stupid,
what we say every year about
that's a dumb comment
standards.
because every single open, there's a different standard.
Right.
So I think it's just good to practice figuring that out and going fast. And then with regards to double unders, I know in that 18.3 workout with 100 double unders for 8 total rounds of 800 double unders, when that came out, people were like, oh my God, that's gonna kill people. You're not, that's so unsafe. But it's like these are the testing parameters that we've been giving. So pairing these things together and getting some exposure as we're getting into the open, I think is important for people to feel more prepared when crazy stuff does come out in a competitive format.
Yeah, just to kind of reiterate that, I mean, people are going to be looking at this and saying, wow, 600 double unders in less than 12 minutes if I finish. But the reality is we have seen that in the open, right?
Yeah.
Like you said with 18.3 and other workouts that are really dense. So practicing what you're going to actually test for is the only way to continue to feel confident and get better at the actual sport. You have to touch it at some point.
Yeah. Positions here look like they're even breaking down a little bit. He's definitely gassed because he's a pretty good continual puller, and being at 225 and grinding out. Is he grinding out 5s? Was that last set of 5?
Yeah, I think it was a
3. Here's 4. Yeah, so he must have done like 6.54 or something like that. And he only has like, I think 20 seconds left to do dubs, and then he's doing dubs to the finish. Kyle's been done, Joey's been done, but see, Mike goes all the way to the finish without a miss.
Yeah, I mean, he still has pretty good positions here. I think if he wanted to will himself in that 3rd round, he probably could have done bigger sets too.
All right, and there he's done. I think, probably not his favorite execution, probably not the workout he'd want to have on camera as a demo, but still gives you a good frame of reference for how to go through the workout and what type of potential breakdown you might experience in the toughest part of this workout. Let's go look at some scores. So you just saw Michael's demonstration. Michael's score is here, 603. I'm down here at 387, bottom of the totem pole. Best scores, Kyle B, he was in the demo video, 1013. Joey was 1103. Tyler, 705. On the female side, we only got 4 scores of our on-site. Best score is Mia at 570, Ansley at 438, and Kayla at 385.
All right, if you're about to do throwdown number 17, we want to give you guys a couple quick tips. The first movement is handstand push-ups. Really, this is just going to be athlete dependent. We had some athletes that crushed all 15 each round. We had others that broke them up. Find the pattern that's going to work best for you and then try to stick to that through all 4 rounds.
Yeah, and then just to jump off on the handstand push-ups, make sure you meet the standard. We had a lot of complaining about a different standard. That happens in the open all the time where you get a new standard and have to adapt. So figure out how to meet it, get through those quick.
For sure.
Next movement is deadlifts. The deadlifts are not really a major component of the total workout unless just you have a strength limitation. So break those up as however you need them. 555, 8-7, or 15 unbroken. Just make sure whatever you pick there isn't going to blow you up for the double unders to follow it, which I think is really the crux of this workout.
Yeah, it's the majority of the workout. You're doing 600, and if you finish in less than 12 minutes, which is pretty dense. So it obviously is going to be, again, athlete dependent on how good of a bounder you are and how efficient you are at your double unders. I think you can kind of look at it 2 different ways. If you're really good at them, then start with big sets and try to hold on to those, or with maybe just 1 or 2 breaks. For someone like me, I have to do smaller sets after the first set of 150, so I was thinking 50, 50, 50, and then maybe 30s. But if you do that, keep your rest breaks short and try to keep them linear if you can. That'll allow you to get through them a little bit faster.
Yeah, the sense of urgency that you need for those double unders is not like a normal workout where you're back and forth, but the urgency is figuring out how to finish the 150 without blowing yourself up as fast as you can. In our online educational training platform, The Classroom, this week's episode is part of our strength course. We're gonna cover our strength endurance training categories, which ties in pretty nicely to repeat deadlifts and repeat handstand push-ups. You can check that out at trainingthinktank.com.
Take us away, Project Pat!
It's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Project Pata in this thing, man. Hey, look, man, thank y'all for watching Training Think Tank's YouTube channel. Y'all hit that motherfucking subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, man. Thank y'all for watching the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button, let it be known, what it be known, what it be known, you know what I'm saying? Pata.